Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell if you love to watch more cheating stories. Caught my wife telling lies that she was talking to her mom, but her mom was with me and she admitted. I don't even know where to start. This is a long story. The only reason I even found this sub is because this has been trapped in my head all day and I haven't been able to speak to anyone about it. Please be kind. So I've been married 16 and a half years, with my wife 21. We have had ups and downs. When I met her, she was the nicest, kindest woman I'd ever met. I literally told her she was going to be my wife 2 minutes after meeting her. We have 2 kids that are my entire world. After our second child, she started to get distant, depressed, and different. I thought she was struggling with depression. She refused to look into it. She wanted couples counseling, but this was during the recession, and I was working 4 jobs and a side business just to barely make it another month. I couldn't afford another $50 a week, especially when she wouldn't talk to me. I asked her what was wrong and she'd always say I don't know. But she'd have good weeks and bad weeks. Sometimes she'd be great, others she'd be mean and disrespectful. Once we were back on our feet, I begged her to go to counseling with me. She eventually said okay, but I don't think she liked it. We went to a woman that I think she thought was going to just tell us that I was doing everything wrong and needed to do better. She didn't. At all. At first she told her the same thing I did. I can't work with I don't know. So my wife said she needed more help around the house. Cool. This was 2015. Since then I've worked 3 jobs, vacuum the house, empty the dishwasher and sink daily, help with the laundry, take out the trash, and straighten up the house. Things were good for a bit. Then she got mean again. This time she started snapping on my daughter a lot. Finally I pulled her aside and told her that I would never divorce her. I would try to work and make our marriage better for as long as it took. But I think because my daughter is so much like me, she was taking her venom out on her. And I can't allow that. So if she wanted a divorce, that's what we do. The next day she said she wanted to try and make it work. And for a few years things were good. She even went to a doctor and got prescribed an antidepressant but insisted on the lowest dose. Fast forward to 2020. Went right back to the meanness and disrespect. But worse. There was total disdain in her voice whenever she spoke to me and a look of disgust whenever I showed up somewhere. It hurt. Sex was never a problem with us and we both seemed to really enjoy each other, but when she'd get in these moods she'd withhold. Still, I never cheated. Even though as a bartender I had many offers. At one point my sister told me she just assumed I had been cheating because she knew my wife wasn't putting out for so long. I told her I'd never do that. So now we are here. Last month after a wedding we were at a hotel and I was hoping to fool around when she told me flat out. I don't want you. I think we should get divorced. We agreed to do it but held off till after the holidays for the kids. She fell asleep 10 minutes later. I laid in bed with tears pouring down my face for 3 hours. I thought it was going to be the most pain I ever felt. Then there's today. A week ago she had to go to a party for my daughter's softball team. At midnight she wasn't home, so I checked our Life 360 app and she was at an Applebee's. Weird, but I thought she met her friend for a drink after. Thing is she was there till 1 but they closed at 12. I asked where she went and she said some bar with the people from the party. Never said Applebee's, which was odd. 2 days later she said her boss told her she had to put a password on her phone because of work emails. Now I was suspicious. Today her mom called and asked if I could help her husband move a rug. So I went to help. When I was done I stood outside and looked on the Life 360 app to see if she had left work. She had. So I decided to try something. My wife has a bad habit of needing to talk on the phone when she drives, so I called her. She was short and said she had to go because she was talking to her mom, who was standing right in front of me. Okay. I went home. When she got there I asked how her mom was and if she told her I had seen her today. She said she hadn't and asked where I saw her. I said at her house. When I called you. Her face dropped. She tried some half-assed excuses but finally admitted she had been seeing someone. For a few months before we agreed to divorce. I was shell-shocked. 10 minutes later, she was acting like nothing happened. I don't know if it was to not tip off the kids or because she just don't care that she crushed me, but I suspect the latter. I couldn't even talk to anyone about it as we've kept it secret that we agreed to divorce so nobody slipped to my kids. And we had to go to a Christmas village tonight, so we were all out all night. My kids knew something was wrong with me but just thought I was in a bad mood. My son literally said, "You sound hurt." I just don't know what I'm gonna do. The prospect of divorce was already stressful enough, and I've lost 20 pounds in the past month without even trying, just figuring out how we can do this without me losing my house. I've spent the last 15 years paying off her $10,000 in credit card debt, $15,000 in student loans, and $45,000 car. Now I'm gonna owe her at least $40,000 for the house. It's going to be painful, but I think I can do it. I was finally starting to mentally prepare myself for the divorce, and then this betrayal just hit me like a ton of bricks. In the last month, she's hurt me more than I ever thought possible. I don't even recognize the woman I married anymore. I don't even know what to do. My daughters are gonna be heartbroken when we tell her we're splitting up, but I don't even know if I should tell her about this because I don't want her hating her mom. I'm lost, confused, stressed beyond belief, and heartbroken, and I look at my wife and she looks like she couldn't care less. Thank you for listening. I don't even know if what I wrote is allowed or too off topic, but either way I thank you because it was very therapeutic to just type it out and get it off my chest. Even if I'm typing this with more tears streaming down my face. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell.